Well, how you doing? All right? How's your balls? We got looks like a Toro, maybe Toro Robusto. It's in this. I was kind of looking at the choach right there. Anyways, really cool packaging. What's great about this is we'll let the cigar breathe, but at the same time, um, we'll protect the cigar. I think even better than cellophane. If this thing's in your pocket, it might even be almost drop proof. Not full. I mean, like one time. Like, because it's not just like cell, like this is going past the cigar. If you dropped it, and then the cigar could almost move within this, so it almost act like a shock absorber. You like that? Oh, you like that? Chewy's laughing right now. Anyways, yeah, well, shit, $8. This is the Deluxe Connecticut. Los Statos was a Cuban brand owned by Habanos, and then it was discontinued, I read, 2005, give or take. And General, of course, picked it up, and they're running with it. I've enjoyed this brand, Los Statos, and I got it confused in the last review with the new Sancho Panzas, because in some ways some of the packaging's similar, but the new revamped Sancho Panzas are, guys, smoke that whole lineup. You're gonna have a great time with it, and they're affordable, and they're way better than the price. Check out the new Sancho Panza, whether it's the Honduran, like natural, shade grown. That's gonna be a fun, great time. Cubanesque. They have the Maduro, they have the Extra Forte, just the what's it called, Macho? What is it called? What was it called? Pikachu Macho? No, Super Machado? No, extra Micho Machado, something like that. I can't fucking remember the blue one, the light blue one. Anyways, here we have the purple Los Statos, and I reviewed I think one or two Los Statos. The original, which was a great banger time, and then the last one I reviewed was the luxury one, the 2024 Deluxe. I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, I didn't post that video yet, and I will get to that. I'm sorry. I don't got no fucking excuses. But you don't pay me, so go fuck yourself, and I'll go fuck myself. Then we can relax and smoke a cigar. Nicaraguan by 2 in the filler. Also Pennsylvania by 1 in the filler. Habano binder. Was it Ecuadorian Habano? I forget. Or Nicaraguan Habano. Who gives a shit? I hope it's just not a basic bitch Connecticut. Well, I gotta say, for $7-8 Pennsylvania, this thing's looking phenomenal. What a great looking Connecticut. Really nice vibe on that thing. Solid band. Fantastic. Okay, so from the initial packaging to the actual construction of the cigar, we're winning right now. Let's get it ready, and yeah. I was gonna give it, a minute to, build up, but right from the get-go, this thing is fucking awesome. Super buttered almond, really rich sea salt, nutty almond, which is a less aggressive nut. Ask your mother. Almond's it's a very chill nut note. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like peanuts is like a word. You have a very nutty peanut, it's cheap and satisfying. Does that make any sense? No? A cashew note is going to be a nuttiness, but very, very moist. Moist nuts. Ask your sister. Wow, medium plus, 60% darkness, plenty of black pepper spice, plenty of salt. It feels like a nice combination, almost like a salt and pepper, almond nuts, like if they were salted, and with the equal amount. It's plenty of black pepper and plenty of sea salt on almond nuts. That's fucking nice. Long finish, not super. I'm sorry, heavy finish, not super long. I gotta be accurate. I even make sure I don't. Sometimes I say the opposite. There's that. It's not a Freudian sleep. It's almost like a Freudian sleep, Freudian slip, Freudian chocha. I like the cigar. And then this, I think, for $8, bro. Oh, this is nice, bro. It's nice, bro. This is better than Camacho, Connecticut. This is better than my father, Connecticut. This is better than if you're gonna smoke a regular basic bitch, 1875 Romeo, which peace be upon it. And it's been around for 30, 40 years. Who gives a shit? And it's great for newbies. And can't be enjoyed. I'm just saying that for your money right now, for the sake, bro, this is superb. Mm, mm. A little bit of dry cedar coming in the mix as well. So it's not like some crazy Connecticut you never had before. At the same time, the amount of expression, the amount of flavor that is pushing at medium strength from the beginning, we're off to a great start. Now we're going to come back and hopefully it at least continues and maintains, or it amplifies, but we're going to find out. The finish, very heavy, but a short. Very nice, though. At this rate, man, this is a banger. Like, it's nice. It's nice when you're getting some great sticks in a row, back to back to back. Really puts me in a good mood. Keeps, faith in the cigar community. Which, shout out, this cigar channel. I have been doing this 16? It's been 2016? I think 2016. We're going on 9 years. Next year we'll have to have a 10th anniversary. Obviously, I know. Like 4 years ago, Richie deleted the whole channel because Richie domed the channel. I mean, I kept the channel, but I just deleted 1,500 videos. No big deal. It was a purge. It was like, in Genesis, in the Old Testament, where God just flooded the earth and he kept the channel alive. He saved 8 people in a boat. Noah and his children, well, his sons and their wives. But he's like, you know what? I'm going to keep the channel, but I'm just going to delete the videos. Refresh, reset. And anyways, though, that being said, this channel as a whole has been more reliable to me than all my relationships with women. It's got to mean something. I can't get past the 5-year mark. I had 5 years with my first girlfriend, high school on, from 14 years old. I had 5 years with my ex, missus, and then I had 5 years with my last missus. Now, in between my first girlfriend and after my ex-wife, there was some time, and I wasn't celibate. I was getting a lot of choach in Long Island. Let's just say that. That being said, this is a nice cigar to relax with. And he's got nice character. Nothing bad to say anyways. Nice to give and take. You know what I'm saying, though? I will say this. There's more peace not living with a woman than living with her. Everyone's like, you should get a girlfriend. Why don't you get married? I'll say this. I could do whatever I want. And it's not like if you really needed choach for, there's choach field trips you could take, That being said, but living with a woman in 2025, you could argue about like a Netflix show, or like you bought the wrong macaroni and cheese because maybe the store had the store brand macaroni and cheese and it was way cheaper, like half the price. But she likes the Velveeta and it's like $12 for a box of 3, and you're like, fuck that shit. And then you could bring the wrong stuff home, and like she gets mad at you, and then it compounds, and then she's just like, you know what? Get out of my apartment. Like, I'm paying for this. Whatever, we split the apartment. And then she calls the police or calls her mother, and now you're brought up on domestic charges, ruined your life over fucking macaroni and cheese. I mean, legitimately, it's absolutely possible. All I know is when I buy macaroni and cheese, it's not gonna lie and get me arrested. I wasn't gonna come back to halfway through, right there, 3/4 of an inch in. Wow. Oh, and this I think is Robusto. I think this is a 552. With that packaging, you really couldn't tell the size. I forgot to talk about that. It doesn't matter. I think the cigar comes in 4 sizes. Anyways, the cigar comes in 4 sizes, but in the case of Bonnie Blue, 1,000 size comes in her. Now forget it. How do I really phrase that? Let me work on that one. It has potential. This cigar, this cigar comes in 4 sizes. But 1,052 guys comes in Bonnie Blue. You know what I'm saying? Whores of Jezebel next to 10. Sodom and Gomorrah. Jimmy's aren't enough. Jimmy's and 99.9999 bleach can't kill enough bacteria and viruses. I'm telling you. These people out there banging 100 people a day, no Jimmy's, you're out of your mind. You know what it's like? Well, it's obviously worse, but would you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet or any restaurant, and what if they brought your food out, but when the chef went to put your food on the plate, they just took the plate from some disgusting person, and there was still food on that plate, and they took that plate, and they brought it to the kitchen, and they put your food on top of it without washing it, and then they just gave you your food. Would you want to eat that plate? Oh, and the same utensils too, fork, knife, and drink. Would you want to eat from that plate? You'd be like, dude, that's disgusting, bro. Especially, would you want to pay for that? That's disgusting. But you'll pay, take girls out to dinner, restaurants, buy them drinks, take them on trips, and you'll eat that chochette ass and kiss her mouth. And she's just loaded to the gills. There's not enough amoxicillin, fucking antibiotics. There's not enough Listerine. It's just not enough. Think about that next time. Do you want your food on someone else's plate? A dirty motherfucking plate. Oh, I came back because the cigar got really great. Black pepper really picked up. Medium plus, and I mean a solid medium plus. Black pepper really got a little spicy. Nice salt still there. Still buttery almond nuttiness. But I mean, it got kind of like strong for Connecticut. I'm liking it. Perfect construction. This might be getting to that category of a really great, better than most Connecticut, especially under $10. $8, Pennsylvania price. Dude, this really is an upper mid-tier Connecticut cigar at like a very low mid-tier price. So when you look at that, that's where the value is. That's where the incentive is to buy it. Very enjoyable. At the end of the day, like, when you go to cigars with a Connecticut shade wrapper, regardless where it's planted, Ecuador or truly in Connecticut, etc. It's not just a seed; it's a whole vibe of shade grown, whether it's from cheesecloth or from an area with high enough elevation where they're having tons of cloud coverage. The point is, these cigars are necessary, and I find it that once guys graduate in a sense and they get into stronger cigars, they forget about where they came from, and you shouldn't. I think Connecticut shade cigars, you find some that you like, especially without going super big gauge for the most part. It's good to have for certain times to just almost cleanse your palate, cleanse your mind. You don't always got to get your brain, your palate blown the fuck out. Like, take it easy, man. Like, you don't have to prove nothing. Oh, I only smoke strong cigars. Like, okay, I prefer stronger cigars, but I prefer flavor over strength, and then with strength backing up the flavor. But that being said, throw some nice Connecticut's in your thing. I'm not just saying this one, but just in general. With some good Connecticut's, the original Monte Cristo blend, the Monte Cristo Classic Series, Monte Cristo White. Try those in smaller gauges. You have a good time. Cohiba, Connecticut, fantastic. The Padron Damaso Red Label, that's a great Connecticut. There's some solid, any of the Davidoff lighter shade stuff on the white label. It's going to be pricier, but treat yourself once in a while. Especially don't sleep on the smaller gauge Davidoffs. You're going to have a great fucking time. There's a lot of great Connecticut's out there. Just good flavor. It's refreshing. These are the kind of cigars that are not the moment, but they back up the moment. So if you're working on your car, chilling out, going for a walk, chilling at the beach, they don't require all your focus because they're not demanding all your attention, which is nice. You know, it just comes along for the ride, man. Um, you know, maybe you're at a wedding and you're gonna take a break for half hour and smoke like a little Corona, Connecticut, because when you go back in, you don't want to reek. Like if you're smoking like like EP Grillo Pledge or something like that, or or Padron 64 Maduro, and you go outside for a half hour, you're just chiefing on that shit. You're gonna reek like a strong cigar. And now, for you, we might not care. I don't really care less. But if you're going back around what I call cigar civilians, that are like, those kind of things might really, reek you up. So, in a way, Connecticut's kind of like the sleeper kind of cigars, but they still have their place, guys. They still have their place. And then for yourself, it gives your mind more range when you smoke the whole gambit of cigars. But fuck Candelas. I don't fuck with Candelas. Anyways, having a great time with this. Nothing else to report. Solid medium plus, 60% darkness, smooth, creamy almond kind of butter nuttiness, and finishes still pretty heavy, but not super long. So this is a good cigar that wouldn't get in the way of the next cigar. When you have a cigar with a very heavy finish, if you're going to smoke 2 cigars back to back, you got to think, with that long finish that's stuck in your tongue now, is that going to work well with the next cigar? These are things to think about. Obviously, the best cigar after the cigar you smoked would be the same cigar. They would complement each other perfectly. So when you start, unless if you give yourself like 3 to 5 hours between cigars, then it doesn't really matter. Although it wouldn't be a perfect review, but it'd be perfect to smoking on a cigar. But if you want to smoke 2 cigars back to back, like a Fuente Angel shared, I smoked 3 of those in the same night, and 2 at a time. 1 and then 2 at a time. Fucking just like your mother. Well, I shouldn't have said that. It was a joke. Take it easy. Freedom of speech. Go fuck yourself. Okay, we're down to the last third here. Enjoyable. It's a 4.5. It's a solid rating. It's a solid, good to very good cigar. It's not going to be my favorite or the best Connecticut I ever have. But when you factor in the price, it's a solid offering that definitely should be checked out at least one time. Great wrapper, nice flavor portfolio, and in the last third here, the finish, which has been heavy but short, has been getting a longer finish. So I'm enjoying that. Still a solid medium plus. It's just getting a little more richer and heavier, longer as you progress towards the end. Definitely check it out if you're looking for a really good Connecticut at a really good lounge price. Maybe online even better. But if you're in a lounge and they got some of these purple band Los Statos Connecticut Deluxe for $8, maybe your state more. But if you're in a Connecticut vibe and you don't want to crash the bank, this is a really great time. Simple, great flavor, very clean. Nothing bad to say about it. And get out of here.